On May 25, 2025, the Director General of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, arrived in Cameroon to chair the work on the organization of the 14th Ministerial Conference of the World Trade Organization that began on the 26th May 2025 and that is planned to end the next day. A framework agreement between the World Trade Organization and Cameroon was, however, agreed on as it defines their respective responsibilities in the organization of the said conference. The Director General, during her stay in Cameroon, will inspect key infrastructure such as the Palais du Congrès, intended to accommodate international delegations.
It is the 14th ministerial meeting of the WTO, and it is the second one to be held on African soil. So it's very important. So it's not just a Cameroonian ministerial, it's an African one.
The 14th Ministerial Conference of the World Trade Organization, scheduled to take place in Yaoundé from March 26 to 29, 2026, represents a key moment for the African multilateral trading system, according to experts. The main challenges of this conference for African countries are that it can enable reform of the multilateral trading system, reduce trade distortions caused by subsidies granted by rich countries to their producers, implement binding rules to prohibit subsidies that promote overfishing and illegal fishing, and ensure that countries of the South are not marginalized in the digital economy.
And it will have some very important subjects. First, the reform of the WTO. We are at a very difficult place now with respect to trade globally. So what do we need to do to make sure things go better? How does Africa benefit more from the WTO?
Let's recall that the share of developing African countries in global trade remains very small despite their potential in raw materials, labor, and innovation. Moreover, Africa's share of global export is approximately 3%, and the share of African countries in trade services is less than 2%, according to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development.